अस्स्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः। Offering my obeisance to the feet of Sri Ramakrishna, Mother Sharda Devi and Swami Vivekananda, I offer my namaskar to all of you. Especially the Swamis who sing, the singer Swamijis. The elder senior Swamijis make fun in this way. The humor is like this. One day, a senior Swamiji, as soon as this junior Swamiji, who had finished the singing in the temple, came out. He was alone there. This senior Swamiji should accept pranams from the junior Swamiji, but instead, this senior Swamiji went and fell at the feet of this singer junior Swamiji, and he was taken aback, he was flabbergasted. Swamiji, I should have made pranams to you. On the contrary, you are doing pranams to me. How is this? No. Today, because of you, my life mission, my aim of my life, goal of my life is fulfilled. How is that, Swamiji? How can I, a junior Swamiji, fulfill the desire or goal of your life? And the Swamiji told, see, I joined the order at a very young age to realize Lord and to have the vision to see Ramakrishna. And today, because of you, I had the vision of Sri Ramakrishna. How could that be, Swamiji? How can I give you? I myself had not any vision of Ramakrishna. How can I give you the vision? See, in the temple, as soon as you started singing, Ramakrishna couldn't hear your singing. He ran out of the temple. I was walking on the Ganga and he too started strolling on the bank of Ganga, and I could meet Sri Ramakrishna and I got the vision of Sri Ramakrishna. Because of your singing, today I got the vision of Sri Ramakrishna. My aim of my life is fulfilled. So this is one of the humors which is made by the senior Swamijis to taunt the singer Swamijis. Another humor which I remember is, it's all imaginative. Once Sri Ramakrishna went to the temple to see how the devotees are meditating in the temple after the arati. How do they meditate? After seeing, when he came out, Ramakrishna's, hands and everything, body is very delicate and very soft. So as soon as he was coming out of the temple, his hands were swollen. It was paining. Ramakrishna was holding the hand with pain and coming out. One of the devotees asked, what happened, Swamiji? What happened, Thakur? What happened to your hands? Why is it swollen? Why is it in pain? You see, in Dakshineshwar, when I was singing the song to Mother Kali, Rani Rasamani was sitting there. Instead of hearing and meditating on Mother Kali, hearing the praise of Mother Kali through the songs, she was thinking about some court case, some property case. Will I win there in that case? Or what is going to happen there? What will the lawyer argue there? What will happen to my case there? So she was thinking, what happened next? Ramakrishna went and he could read the mind, so he went and कान के नीचे एक दिया, हिंदी में बोलता है. Then you have read all that scenery. Now Ramakrishna went to the temple and saw the devotees all thinking so many worldly thoughts, not at all meditating. So he started hitting, so his hands got swollen. When he came out, it was paining to him. So why did I tell this humor? Because today, while I was noticing, some people came inside the temple and they were watching something. I remembered, Gandhiji, Mahatma Gandhiji. There are 3 monkeys of Mahatma Gandhiji. Have you noticed? One monkey is closing the eyes like this. That is, I will not see anything bad. Another monkey is closing the ears. I'm not going to hear anything bad. And another monkey is closing the mouth. I'm not going to speak anything bad. So you have seen that monkeys, 3 monkeys of Gandhiji. All that 3 can be combined with one monkey of the present day. What is that? You see, especially the youths or everybody. Why youths? Everybody. They'll be holding the mobile and sitting like this. All 3 closed. Constantly, wherever they go, whichever part of the country or anywhere, they'll be watching the mobile. Ears closed, mouth closed, eyes only on the WhatsApp or some other thing. So this is the 4th monkey of the Gandhiji, we can tell. So likewise, I saw some 2 people exchanging messages and talking inside the temple here. And they were chatting about something, WhatsApp or something inside the temple. Many a times I have seen in the shrine people laughing, chatting, and gossiping. So I thought I should take up this topic today and explain about what is the concept of temple according to Swami Vivekananda, a little scientifically and logically. Revered Srimad Swami Shivapadanandaji Maharaj used to tell. What is that? There are 2 words which are very similar. What are they? That is gospel. That is gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. We shortly call it as gospel. And another word is gossip. Gospel and gossip, very similar, but ocean of difference. If you read or if you go through gospel, you will become nearer to God. If you do the gossip, you go away from God. Shivapadanandaji Maharaj used to tell. So now, let us see what Swami Vivekananda wants to tell. He takes up the philosophy of Sankhya, from which the yoga, Patanjali yoga and all other things have come. So yoga, Patanjali Maharshi's Raja Yoga or Sankhya Yoga, Swami Vivekananda used to call it as Hindu psychology or Indian psychology. When one of the British or the Western audience who was sitting there, when Swami Vivekananda was giving a lecture on Raja Yoga or aphorisms of Patanjali Maharshi, Swamiji used this term. What is that? Hindu psychology. Immediately that Western guy asked, where was psychology in Hinduism? It is we, the Westerners, who have found out psychology. And Swamiji answered, when our civilization and psychology was at the zenith, at the peak, you Europeans were still in the forest, climbing the tree, eating vermins, painting blue on your faces, and you were uncivilized at that time. There was no history at all at that time. So Hinduism had reached the pinnacle of civilization at that time. You were nowhere to be heard. So your psychology, so what is the psychology of the Western psychology? It deals with the diseased minds. But what about the Raja Yoga or the Hindu psychology? It deals with not only the diseased mind, not only it will discuss the healthy mind, but also Vivekananda tells it discusses the super mind, super consciousness. So in this yoga, the root of yoga is from Sankhya, and the father of Sankhya philosophy is Kapila Maharshi, who comes in Bhagavata. There is a conversation between Kapila Maharshi and Devabhuti. Whatever that might be, we will see what Swami Vivekananda has to tell about this Sankhya philosophy and yoga philosophy. While dealing with this yoga, aphorisms of Patanjali, Swami Vivekananda tells that there are two things, the gross and the fine material here, matter. According to the old psychologists, Vivekananda tells, which is that all gross things are the results of fine ones. The gross have come from the fine, subtle. Everything that is gross is composed of fine things also, because they have come from the subtle or the fine things. And what is that fine thing from which these gross materials we see, the table, the mic, the pillar, the carpet, everything, the gross thing is composed of something subtle too. That according to yoga, it's called tanmatra. Tanmatras, that is the technical terminology. Fine particles. Then Swami Vivekananda explains about these fine particles, the subtle particles called tanmatra, by example. Swami Vivekananda tells, I smell a flower. To smell something, you must come in contact, or that must come in contact, something must come in contact with my nose. So inside the nose, there are some cells. So they are the reason from which you can identify the smells. The flower is away there, but I do not see the flowers move towards me. That which comes from the flower and in contact with my nose, that subtle particle is called tanmatra, fine molecules of that flower. So the same case with this, the smell. So this is with the heat, the light, and all other things, everything. These tanmatras can again be subdivided into atoms, anu, other things. So different philosophers have different theories. We shall not go into those details. So what can be deduced from this? It is sufficient for our purpose to know that everything gross is composed of things that are very, very fine. We first get the gross elements which we feel externally, and then comes the fine elements with which the nose, eyes, and ears come in contact. He gives another example. Ether waves touch my eyes. I cannot see them, yet I know they must come in contact with my eyes before I can see the light. Now, explaining and giving the technicality of this tanmatra from the yoga, Raj Yoga, now Swami Vivekananda goes forward to come to this temple, the atmosphere in the temple or a church or some other religious houses. Why should we maintain pure thoughts? We should not talk anything else. It should be only spiritual thoughts, good thoughts in such places. Again, let us go through the explanation of Swami Vivekananda. Vivekananda tells, there are two kinds of elements. The defined are meant the gross elements which we can sense. By the undefined are meant the very fine materials, the tanmatras, which cannot be sensed by ordinary people. But if you practice yoga intensely, if you do meditation, if you go deeper and deeper, progress forward, the yogis, or by practice of yoga, however says Patanjali Maharshi, after a while, your perceptions will become so fine that you will actually see the tanmatras. You can see. For instance, Vivekananda is telling, you have heard how every man or a woman has certain light about them. Have you noticed the picture in which the saints and gods, they have a halo around their head? Everybody has halo, that light emanating from us, but we can't see it. The yogis can see it. So by that light, they can identify what kind of a person you are, what is your nature, what is your character. So just by seeing that light or the tanmatras, the yogis, the saints, they can understand what kind of a person we are. So that is the tanmatra. So we gave the example of the flower, and just as a flower continuously sends out fine particles which enables us to smell it, every day of our life we throw out mass of good or evil, whether it may be hatred, jealousy, all the qualities, love, idea of service. So many thoughts come out. So whatever kind of thoughts we put out, we generate from our mind. So we throw out that kind of tanmatras. The light comes out, emanate, the energy comes out. For example, in Russia, one person called Kirlian, he found out a photography, very complicated photography. It's called Kirlian's photography. So by that Kirlian's photography, if you are exposed to that, it can detect so many things, that light of yours. What was the use? They could find out what this person will get the disease or something after 6 months. Because suppose anybody for that will get some disease, let us tell cancer or tuberculosis or something. So even before 6 months or 3 or 4 months, that person will start emanating certain kind of light which the Kirlian's photography can identify. So that's how that Kirlian's photography became very popular, and by that they could identify the diseases even earlier. Now, here Vivekananda is telling, just as a flower continuously sends out fine particles which enables us to smell it, every day of our life we throw out mass of good or evil, and everywhere we go, that atmosphere is full of this material. We carry it everywhere. That is how there came to the human mind, Vivekananda is telling, unconsciously the idea of building temples, prayer halls. Why do you build prayer hall in your houses? You have a separate room. You will not sit everywhere. You will not keep God everywhere. You will keep the photo of the God or the image in particular place. Why is this concept? How did we get it in Hinduism or anyway for that sake? Now Vivekananda is giving the reason, the scientific reason. Why should man build churches in which to worship God? Why not worship Him anywhere? Now some people are there, they tell, why should we go to temples? Why should we go to some other place to pray? God is everywhere. Why can't we pray to Him everywhere? What is the need of building temples? So all such people tell. Once it so happened, a person was going in a motorcycle or a bicycle, let us hope. Now he didn't have brake or the headlight. The policeman caught him. You should have the headlights. In the evening time, you don't have it. So now the person, because he was arguing with him and he would not pay the fine, he took away the valve tube of the tire. So the air went out of the tube. It became now airless inside that tube. He couldn't move. Told, why did you do that? I could have traveled. There is the street light. I don't need the headlight, he argued. Is it so? Air is everywhere. Why do you need it in the tire? You can go, you can travel. So likewise, we may argue that God is everywhere. Why can't we pray to God everywhere? No. We have to have a place. Why? Why not worship Him anywhere and everywhere? Even if we did not know the reason, human beings found that the place where people worshipped God became full of good tanmatras. So whenever we go to the temple, whenever we go to the worship site, whenever we go to a place in our shrine, in our house, we will try at most to think of only pure thoughts and God, about God and holy thoughts. You have noticed that. So that is the reason the place where people worshipped God became full of these good tanmatras, the sattvic tanmatras, the spiritual tanmatras. Every day people go there, and the more they go to the holy, the holier they become. How? You might have read in your 6th grade or 5th grade about magnets. Why that metal called iron become a magnet? Even sometimes, if electricity is passed through that, temporarily it becomes a magnet. How is that? Why is that? We used to get the explanation that the molecules will be aligned in one particular direction. So because of that, they generate this magnetic force. Then there will be polarity. So it becomes a magnet. So, or the magnet which is already a permanent magnet will have this, all the molecules arranged in particular direction. Likewise, Swami Vivekananda tells, in the temple or in any other places you go to the library, you will feel that you should read books. You go to some bad places like casino or something, you too want to think of bad things and the bad things, you want to gamble and other things. Why? Because that is full of that bad tanmatras. Automatically when you get there, you become unholy. Unholy thoughts will come to your mind. Likewise, when you come to the temple, places of worship, your mind also will be caught in the tanmatra, good tanmatras, the holy tanmatras, and even unholy people will become holy. Even the wicked will become good when they come to the temple and are exposed to that tanmatra. If any man or woman who has not much sattva quality goes to the temple, that place, because of that holy tanmatras, will influence him and arouse his sattva quality. That's why we come to this place. We sing bhajans. At that time, you notice your mind is having only holy thoughts, good thoughts, no other bad thoughts in your mind. So you are also generating that good tanmatras. And already earlier, so many great souls like Shivapadanandaji Maharaj and other saints and other great people who have come here, they have left their tanmatras, that good vibration here. That's why we are caught into that good atmosphere, that holy tanmatra, that vibration. And automatically, even a wicked person, even a bad person, or if you are thinking of something, your mind is agitated, anxious, depressed, you come to this place, automatically your mind will align into that tanmatra and becomes holy and beautiful. I think I need not explain, you yourself have experienced, many of you have experienced that. So Vivekananda is telling, here therefore is the significance of all the temples and holy places. But Vivekananda tells, you must remember that their holiness depends on holy people congregating there. If wicked people or worldly thought people come and start exchanging WhatsApp messages, talking over phone, talking, chit-chatting, gossiping, then you are generating unholy tanmatras here, which will become unholy. Then what is the use of coming here? It will be a waste. That's why Vivekananda is telling here, you should remember that their holiness depends upon the number of holy people congregating there. The difficulty with man is that he forgets the original meaning. Then here too, coming here, they will spread unholy thoughts, thinking of unholy thing, hatred and everything. Now did you come to know why Ramakrishna slapped Rani Rasamani when she was thinking about the court and other things instead of thinking about God and holy thought? Now you might have known that. So that should be an example for all of us. If you are thinking something, be careful, the Lord will come and kaan ke niche ek dunga, denge. So it was men, it was holy men, it was good men who made these places holy. In Bhagavata there is a statement, Tirthi kurvanti tirthani. How are the pilgrimage site, holy places formed? By the holy people going there, because they carry Lord Vishnu. So antarena gadabruda, they carry the Lord always in their heart. So wherever they go, that becomes the place of pilgrimage. What is Kedar? What is Badri? What is Gangotri? What is Yamunotri? All the places. It was the Pandavas, the great people and other rishis, Vidura and other great saints, other rishis going to that place. Because of that, it has become holy. So it were the people who made it holy. It was not the unholy people who have made it holy. So it is you people who have to maintain this atmosphere instead of thinking bad thoughts, instead of coming and chit-chatting and gossiping inside the temple. It is your bounden duty to give good thoughts to this area and generate that good tanmatra. That is what Vivekananda is telling. The difficulty with man is that he forgets the original meaning and he puts the cart before the horse. It was men who made these places holy, and then the effect became the cause and made men holy. The men came here and made, because of their holy thought, holy. Now other people, the unholy people or the wicked people, come here and they become holy. Vivekananda is telling, if the wicked only were to go there, if the worldly thoughts are only to be thought there, it would become as bad as any other place, tells Swami Vivekananda. It is not the building, but the people that make the church or the temple. That is what we always forget, says Vivekananda. That is why sages, rishis, holy men, holy people who have much of sattva, good thoughts in them, quality in them, can send out and exert a tremendous influence day and night in their surroundings. That is called satsanga. Always Ramakrishna used to tell, go to the company of holy people, good people. Why? Because they are emanating that. They are thinking of God, God and God alone. How to identify a sadhu? How to identify a holy man? Lathu Maharaj, Swami Adbhutanandaji Maharaj used to tell, the moment you see him, the moment you go near him, if thoughts of God come into your heart, know for certain he's a holy man. Anybody for that sake, the moment you see him, the moment you go near him, if holy thoughts and thoughts of God come to your mind, know for certain he's a holy man. So that's why Vivekananda tells sages and holy people who have much of this quality, sattva quality, spiritual quality, can send it out and exert a tremendous influence day and night in their surroundings. A man may become so pure that his purity will become tangible. Whosoever comes in contact with him becomes pure. So now let us decide, when we go to such holy places, or when you go to your shrine, what kind of thought you should maintain. No gossiping, no phone, no WhatsApp, no other things in that place. You should maintain only that holy thought and holy things. Otherwise, you will remove that good quality from that place. That is the thing which we have to remember. Whenever now, when we go to the temple or into a shrine, we should be careful what kind of thought we think. It should be only of God. It should be only of holy nature. Then only you can maintain that wonderful thing. That's why when we go to the temple, our gurus will tell in our shrine when we are meditating, we should have a separate asana, the seat to sit, and we have to wear particular kind of cloth. That cloth should not be used anywhere, going here and there, because that will be full of that vibration, that tanmatra, which will help you to make your mind pure, and again it will make you holy, and your meditation will become deeper and deeper. Now, through the help of this yoga and help of this wonderful scientific explanation of Swami Vivekananda, we have come to know what happens when we come to the temple and what kind of thoughts should we think there, or what should we do when we go to the holy places. Now, keeping in that mind, let us meditate, let us think of God always. Wherever we go, we can generate that wonderful vibration and make it more holy. Om Shanti 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 Hari